Hi, I'm Simon Canton, and this is the 6th video in my series detailing how I write a novel. In the last video I showed you how I used Dan Wells' 7-act structure to come up with an arc for all the characters and groups. In this video I'll combine the snowflake outline and the 7-act outline to make a super messy outline. I'm then going to use the setback-reaction method to turn that into a long-form outline for the whole book. First up, here's what the combined outline looks like. Okay, so this here is the combined plot on the right hand side, and here's the snowflake 4 on the left hand side. So to create the combined plot, the first thing I did was I copy pasted the whole snowflake 4 into the combined plot, and then I opened up the 7-act list and I went through each one and copied them out of there and into the place in the combined plot that made the most sense. So for instance, the first one there, I said that we can't just say that in a narrative summary, or we could, but it wouldn't be very good. So Balthazar is explaining all of these things at the start. The fact that no one likes him and they think Kyra's a deserter and so on. So then I just went through the entire 7 acts. And what I did was actually cut them from the original document and pasted them into the other one, so then I could keep track of which ones I'd pasted in. And when I was finished with all of that, I ended up with the combined plot, which has both of them in it. It's a complete mess, obviously. There's still things that are contradictory, things that aren't exactly in the right place, they're just approximately in the right place, and things like that. So the next thing I'll do is move on to my setback-reaction outline. So that's a total pig's dinner of an outline. All I've done is slap the two outlines together. But it does have all of the information in approximately chronological order, so I can use that to create my setback-reaction outline. A setback-reaction outline is based on advice from Writing Fiction for Dummies by Peter Economy and Randy Ingermanson. It's the best book on the technical aspects of writing that I've ever read, and I've read a lot of them. The basic idea is that to create conflict in a story, the characters need constant setbacks. It reminds me a lot of a kid's book I used to read, What Good News, What Bad News. For instance, what bad news? Henry's plane went through explosive decompression. What good news? Henry remembered to pack his parachute. What bad news? Henry's parachute has a hole in it. What good news? Henry has a reserve chute. And so on. Here's an example of me writing the setback-reaction outline live. Okay, so I'm now a slight bit into my setback-reaction outline. I'm down here on line 42. Setback-reaction is just a line with setback, and then a line with reaction, and then a line with setback, and then a line with reaction. Quite often you'll find that you can't come up with a setback. That's fine. It should be setback and then in little, like in brackets, or something external. Basically it's giving your character something to do. So if you want a lot of conflict, you make it a proper setback, like someone running in with a gun or something. And if you want to give the reader a chance to breathe, maybe it's just something external, like someone's talking to her. So I'll just show you how that works. So Balthazar just told Kyra that the Wix Corporation have been buying up politicians, and they're going to run the war the exact same way as Weaver Corp did, which Kyra knows wasn't working properly. So so Kyra says they can't do that. She won't let them keep creating genetically enhanced soldiers to die uselessly. So Balthazar says, unless they do something drastic, Wix is going to do exactly that, and the human race is doomed. So you might remember in the last video I said that I needed to come up with a rival corporation, so I'm calling it the Wix Corporation. With 2 X's, so you know they're extra evil. So then Kyra asks Balthazar to do. And Balthazar doesn't know yet. So the point being, because I don't want to rush straight into the decision they're going to make later, which we have in our other outline, that they're going to bring a xenomigrant down. So I want to give Kyra a chance to adjust to Earth gravity and get a new arm and, you know, explore and meet other people in Balthazar's situation and stuff. So Balthazar will come up with that decision in a few days. But that's basically the way it works. So after Balthazar says he doesn't know, Kyra will say, well, work it out, and then Balthazar will hand her a gun saying, I'm glad you decided to join us. I'm the only hope for humanity. And then Kyra will pick the gun up and try and shoot him, and then the gun won't work, and then Balthazar, yeah, you get the idea. So Kyra does something, and then something goes wrong, and then Kyra does something because something's gone wrong, and then something else goes wrong, and so on. And what that gives us is a very, very fast-moving plot and a lot of conflict, which keeps people reading. This outline will be pretty long. Since it shows just about every action in the book, it'll be hundreds of actions long. This is a major jump, giving us everything we need to start writing. It also tells us how long the finished book will be. From experience, I know that every line in my setback reaction outline is worth about 75 to 85 words in the finished book. It'll be different for you, but after using it a few times, you should be able to predict how long the book will be. Once the setback reaction outline is done, I'm ready to start writing. But I have to be weird there too. I don't start writing a prose draft first, I start writing a script draft. I'll show you that in the next video and explain why I do it. The next video will be slightly delayed as I have an episode of Green Start to write. Thanks for watching.